Welcome into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we're going to talk about two of the best players on this Jets roster, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and could some extensions be coming for these two guys before the start of the NFL season? Well, Aaron Glenn talked about it this past week, so we'll deep dive on this whole situation going on right now for the New York Jets. But before we dive into it, it's up to you on this one. If you want the Jets to extend both Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson, go down there, hit that thumbs up icon, and put today's goal as 300 likes. If you guys want to help me out, make me look good for my bosses, and also if you want Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson extended, just go down there, hit that thumbs up icon. All right, so Aaron Glenn was asked a bunch of questions this past week. He's talking about the defense, the offense, the running game. Why did you guys decide to let Aaron Rodgers walk? But one part I thought was incredibly interesting when he was talking about these two guys, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and if a contract extension will come for either of these two, well, this is what Aaron Glenn had to say. Those are two young players, and you're going to hear me say this consistently. I'm in the business of keeping good players. That's our plan. That's with anybody. Just like linebacker, Jamie and Sherwood, just like any player we draft on this team. I want to make it a trend that our guys that we draft, we try to keep them here. I don't know if that had happened before, but I know when I was a player here, we tried to do that as much as possible. To me, that's the best form of free agency, really. Signing your own guys. As much as we can do that, we're going to try to. It's something we want to look at. We want to keep those guys. They're good players. And then he repeats himself again. I'm in the business of keeping good players. And I'll tell you what, Aaron Glenn, I'm in the business of keeping good players as well. And, in terms of just the financial side of this, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, they're both going to probably get $30+ million per year on their next deal. But with the salary cap increasing year over year in the NFL, there is really no downside at all to getting these deals done early. Like we saw the Eagles, they paid A.J. Brown early. They paid Devontae Smith early. They have been notorious for paying their own guys just a year or two early for them when the salary cap keeps on going up. In a couple of years, you can look back and be like, hey, that's a hell of a deal. I mean, just take the Vikings with Justin Jefferson here, for example. They didn't need to pay him last offseason, but they decided to get it done early, $35 million per year. And then what happened the next year? Jamar Chase now is getting $40.25 million per season. Then you also got DK Metcalf getting 33, A.J. Brown getting 32. Now, do I think Garrett Wilson specifically will crack this top 5? I'd probably say he's just going to be on the border of it. So this is my Garrett Wilson contract projection. 4 years, $125 million. Comes out to $31.25 million per season. Guaranteed money, $100 million. Now, I think Garrett Wilson is 100% worth this deal. What he's had to go through over the last couple of years with poor quarterback play, the Zach Wilsons, the Tim Boyles, and then just dealing with Aaron Rodgers this past season, if you're giving him a 4-year, $125 million deal, we could be looking at that 2 years from now, and he could possibly be the 12th highest paid wide receiver in the league when he is truly hitting his stride. He is hitting the prime of his career, and also, I want to keep him happy. I don't want him rolling into this next season with, yes, you brought in his buddy, Justin Fields, college teammates, but, he probably has a self-awareness to kind of look at this Jets team as a whole, being like, you know what, I'd be thrilled if we won 9 games. I'd be, ecstatic if we made the 7th seed. Like, there really is no true Super Bowl goals, at least from the outside. I'm seeing that locker room, they're probably saying to themselves, we can go win a Super Bowl, but I'm just saying in terms of keeping Garrett Wilson happy, just in case this season is a disaster again and you win 4, 5, or even 3 games, I could see Garrett Wilson being like, I don't know if I want to sign an extension with you now. So I would keep him happy, pay him early, have him collect that massive, possibly $50 million signing bonus or whatever it is that he'll get paid out 2 weeks after he signs that contract. But I'll ask you guys this. Would you offer Garrett Wilson this deal? 4-year, $125 million. I'm doing it in a heartbeat. I would 100% ink him up immediately to that deal. But you guys let me know. Give me a Y for yes and for no if you would offer Garrett Wilson a 4-year, $125 million deal. All right, let's dive into his running mate here, Sauce Gardner. Now, Sauce Gardner, if I had to call it. He's probably going to reset the cornerback market. And I am a little disappointed that the Jets waited until after Derek Stingley got paid, same guy in his draft class, and then now he's getting a 3-year, $90 million deal, 89 of that fully guaranteed. So he's getting a hefty payday over there. But you still got J.C. Horn. He got paid this offseason, 4 years, $100 million, comes out to 25 per. Then it's like Jalen Ramsey, Pat Surtain, which, I will say, Pat Surtain, he's probably going to want to rework his contract to make himself the highest paid corner. And Sauce Gardner's going to want to be the highest paid corner. So hopefully you try to get that done before Pat Surtain. But, even me and producer Dylan were trying to think about, like, what other young corners could be out there. Like, even like a McDuffie of the Kansas City Chiefs. What if he wants to reset the market possibly? So, honestly, if he wants to reset the cornerback market, number one, I think he deserves it. And number two, I think they should get that done ASAP, because the cornerback market will only continue to go up. Maybe it won't go up as much compared to like the wide receiver market, which is still absolutely booming. But I've also seen a lot in the comments section and on Twitter of Jets fans being like, do we want to pay Sauce Gardner? Do we want to make him the highest paid cornerback in the league? I think 110% you do, because I understand he had a down season this past year. But also, I feel like he mentally checked out for the second half of the year. I'm not saying that's right on him for doing just that. But also, his first two years in the league, the man was an all-pro. Back-to-back seasons, all-pro caliber cornerback. And, even his PFF grades here, very solid, especially the first 2 years. And it's also funny, people act like he had just this atrocious season in 2024. Still graded out fairly well, 73.1 coverage grade. Now listen, does he have an issue tackling in open space? 110%. I think that's probably the number one thing he needs to improve on heading into the next season. But still, overall, 70.2 overall grade. Like, you'll take that out of Sauce. And another reason why I wouldn't even consider trading Sauce or not paying him is because of your new head coach. It's because of Aaron Glenn. I bet you, if you asked Aaron Glenn behind closed doors, who is the player you are most excited to coach on this team, I would take every single cent in my bank account and say it's going to be Sauce Gardner, the answer to that question. I promise you, Aaron Glenn is looking at Sauce, probably like a younger version of himself with just more natural talent. I mean, Sauce has all the capabilities. I just think he needs to be coached up better. And I think, that battle between who's the best cornerback in the league, it was Sauce Gardner the first 2 years between him and Derek Stingley. I think Derek Stingley retook that crown this past season. But if I'm Aaron Glenn, I'm telling Sauce Gardner, I'm going to turn you into the best cornerback in the league. We're going to go get you paid, and we're going to get paid together. Hopefully if the Jets, start winning games and start building this culture. But if you guys want the Jets to extend Sauce Gardner, just hit me with a me down below in the comment section. If I was watching this video, I would be typing me 1,000 times down below in the comments. But if you guys want Sauce to get that money, type me down below. And also subscribe to the channel. We're closing in here on 5,000 subscribers. So hit that sub button. Stay up to date on the latest around your New York Jets. We'll see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.